They told me I was too old, too slow, and too much in the way. So on Mother's Day, they handed me a $100 crockpot and a brochure for a nursing home. I smiled, said thank you, and walked out. 6 months later, my food truck was on the Food Network. My grilled cheese sandwich had its own Wikipedia page, and the line wrapped around the block. My name is Gloria Ramirez. I'm 73, and this is the story of how I turned their pity gift into a $500,000 empire and made sure they waited in my line like everybody else. I never meant to become the grilled cheese queen of Austin, Texas. All I ever wanted was Sunday dinner with my family. My daughter Lisa and her husband Brian live in a 4-bedroom McMansion in Round Rock with my 2 grandbabies, Mateo, 10, and Sophia, 7. For 35 years, I was the heartbeat of that kitchen. Every Thanksgiving, I brined the turkey for 2 days. Every Christmas Eve, I made tamales until my fingers smelled like masa and my back screamed. Every Sunday after church, I showed up at noon with grocery bags in both arms, kissed the kids, and cooked enough for the week so Lisa wouldn't have to think about dinner after 12-hour nursing shifts. They called me Abuela Gloria. The kids would run barefoot across the travertine yelling, "Abuela's here!" and the house smelled of love and cumin and fresh tortillas. Then, slowly, the hugs got shorter. The invitations got scarcer. Lisa started saying, "Mom, you don't have to cook every Sunday. We're trying to eat healthier." Brian started joking that I moved like a sloth on Valium. The kids got iPads and stopped looking up when I walked in. I told myself it was normal. Kids grow up, parents get older. I kept showing up anyway. Last Mother's Day sealed it. I arrived at 10 a.m. with my arms full. Homemade Tresleges cake, a bouquet of roses from my own backyard, and a little gift bag for each grandchild. Lisa opened the door and workout clothes, AirPods still in. "Hey Mom, we're doing brunch a little different this year." They sat me on the living room couch like I was a guest instead of the woman who paid the down payment on that couch. Sophia handed me a gift bag with forced excitement. "Open it, Abuela." Inside was a $99.95 crockpot from Walmart and a glossy brochure for Sunset Meadows Senior Living, now with memory care wing. Brian actually laughed. "We figured this way you can make yourself little meals when you move in. Easy peasy, right, Gloria?" Lisa elbowed him, but she was smiling too. "Mom, don't make that face. It's practical. You're not getting any younger, and we need the guest room for Brian's new home gym." Mateo whispered loud enough for everyone to hear, "Dad says Abuela's getting forgetful anyway." I felt the room tilt. 40 years of Sunday dinners, 40 years of wiping noses and paying orthodontist bills and buying Christmas presents they never thanked me for, reduced to a slow cooker and a pamphlet. I stood up, smoothed my dress, and said the only thing that came out steady. "Thank you, mija. This is exactly what I needed." I left the tres leches cake on the counter. I never went back.
That night, I sat in my little 1950s ranch house in East Austin, the one my husband Carlos and I bought for $18,000 in 1979, and I opened the crockpot box. I stared at that ugly white lump of plastic like it was insulting my ancestors. Then I started laughing. Real laughing, the kind that scares the dog, because they had no idea who they'd just handed a crockpot to. See, Carlos had been a long-haul trucker, died of a heart attack at 52. The insurance payout was $400,000. I never told a soul. I paid cash for the house, put the rest in boring mutual funds, and lived on his Social Security and my part-time job at the elementary school cafeteria. While Lisa thought I was barely scraping by, that quiet little portfolio had grown to $780,000. I just never saw the point in bragging. But a crockpot and a nursing home brochure? That was the point. The next morning, I did 3 things. First, I drove to my bank and had the teller print every statement going back 10 years. Second, I sat in the parking lot with a legal pad and added up everything I'd given Lisa and Brian since 2010. The final number made my chest hurt, $312,000. College for Lisa, their wedding reception, down payment on 2 cars, orthodontics, Disney trips, the backyard pool they never once invited me to swim in. Third, I opened my phone and searched food trucks for sale Austin. 2 days later, I handed a cashier's check for $88,000 to a tattooed hipster named River, who was getting out of the barbecue business. I bought his 1998 Grumman step fan, complete with flat-top griddle, refrigeration, and a working sound system. I named her Carmelita, after my mother. I spent the next 6 weeks turning that truck into a cathedral of melted cheese. I tested 50 breads, 30 cheeses, 17 secret ingredients. I drove to Lockhart for sourdough, to Houston for real Wisconsin cheddar, to Loreto for my tia's roasted poblano recipe. I hired Mateo's former kindergarten teacher, Rosa, who just retired and needed part-time cash. We painted the truck matte black with gold lettering. Gilo's Grilled Revenge, because some things are better when they're melted. Opening day was the first Saturday in June. We parked on South Congress in front of the I Love You So Much mural. At 10:57 a.m., the line was already 30 people deep. By noon, it was 200. By 2 p.m., the Austin Chronicle had a reporter on site. By 6 p.m., we sold out of 400 sandwiches and had to close. The signature sandwich? The Mother's Day special. Thick-cut brioche, aged sharp cheddar, caramelized onions, roasted poblanos, and a swipe of chipotle garlic butter. On the menu board, I wrote, contains zero pity, may cause regret in ungrateful children. Word spread like Texas wildfire. TikTok kids filmed themselves crying when they took the first bite. One video hit 18 million views with the caption, "This abuela just ended my bloodline with flavor." 3 months in, Travel and Leisure called it the best grilled cheese in America. 6 months in, Guy Fieri showed up unannounced with cameras. Diners, drive-ins, and dives aired in November. By Christmas, we had 3 trucks and a brick and mortar on East 6th. And that's when Lisa finally called. I was elbow deep in Fontina when my phone buzzed. Unknown number. I answered on speaker so Rosa could hear. "Mom, it's me." Lisa's voice sounded small. Speaking. A long pause. "Have you seen the show with Guy Fieri?" "I was there, mija. I'm the one holding the spatula." Another pause. We didn't know you could cook like this." I laughed so hard I had to put the phone down. "Lisa, I cooked for you every Sunday for 35 years. You just stopped noticing." She started crying. "Mom, we're struggling. Brian's hours got cut and the mortgage—" I cut her off. Gentle, but firm. "Sunset Meadows has payment plans, I hear. And that crockpot is probably still under warranty." Click. 2 weeks later, they showed up at the truck. Lisa, Brian, and the kids, standing at the very back of a 90-minute line on a 102-degree Saturday. Mateo spotted me first. His eyes went wide. "Abuela?" I waved like Miss America. When they finally reached the window, Sophia was holding the same Mother's Day brochure, now crumpled and sweaty. I couldn't look my eye. Brian cleared his throat about 6 times. I leaned out the service window, gold Gilo earrings flashing in the sun. "Welcome to Grilled Revenge. Next!" Lisa whispered. "Can we talk?" I handed her a menu. "You can talk after you order like everybody else. We don't do family discounts. We do respect, cash, or credit." The line behind them started good-naturedly heckling. "Clock's ticking, Karen." Brian's face went red. Lisa's eyes filled again. Mateo tugged my apron. "Abuela, can I have the kids' grilled cheese, please?" That almost broke me. Almost. I slid one across the counter on the house, just for him. Then I looked at his parents. "Next time you want to see me, you make a reservation at the restaurant like normal people, or you wait in line. Either way, you wait your turn." Lisa opened her mouth, closed it, nodded. As they walked away, Sophia turned back and yelled, "The sandwich is really good, Abuela." I smiled for the first time in a year.
Last I heard, they sold the pool to make the mortgage, and Brian took a second job. Lisa started night classes to become a nurse practitioner, on her own dime. Me? I bought a little house on Lake Travis with floor-to-ceiling windows and a kitchen big enough to feed an army of people who actually want to be fed. Every Sunday, I host cooking classes for single moms and their kids. We make tamales until our fingers smell like masa and our backs ache from laughing. Sometimes Mateo and Sophia come. Their parents wait in the car. I'm 74 now. My second cookbook comes out next month. Oprah called about the movie rights. And every time someone asks how a retired cafeteria lady built a grilled cheese empire, I just smile and say, they gave me a crockpot and told me I was done. I decided to melt the world instead.